Hello, welcome back to the Spirit of Beverly Bolden YouTube channel. I'm here to give a summary of the Mind, Body, and Soul reading that I started before. And what I want to first begin by saying is that I was very intent or purposeful when I was choosing the background megahertz music that I wanted to play in the background, and what I chose was 999, which is what you're listening to now, 999 hertz, and it represents unity, moving forward, and spiritual awareness, which is what this reading or the summary of such is about. It's about unity with self by checking into higher power externally and internally, especially, or as premier. Like, the first thing to do is check in internally. Unity comes from change and transformation. Change and transformation is purifying to yourself, which represents the dragon's blood. And I'm going to put some of that on here, right? Get a little smoke going. With the dragon's blood, here I want to put a second piece on, right? And the blood represents the life force, the circulation, and the confidence. Taking time to change and transform is about watering your own garden, right? And that's about nourishing the soul, which includes, as the card here says, body care, tenderness, and rest. And when you do these things, it resets, right? And when you reset or give yourself a break, it stimulates the brain and promotes awareness and boosts energy. And in watering your garden and providing your body with tenderness and rest, what is definitely necessary is, as the cannabis card here says, detachment is necessary. You can't rest your body and be one with yourself if you don't move away from other energies. And that doesn't mean that you're being antisocial or you don't want to get along with people, but when you are around other energies, they have the ability to infuse their makeup, their thoughts, their concerns, their biases, good and bad, into your equation. So the detachment allows you to reset and lift negative moods. It promotes a feeling of groundedness, which is also what the myrrh resin does. I'm putting some myrrh on here, right? And groundedness is a type of tenderness too, which frees you from anxious thoughts and worry and inner me type of intrusive energies that block your flow. Myrrh represents, once again, death and mourning. And during change and transformation, you must be able to take your time and the time out to mourn the death of the old self, to recognize the new. You see, the old year, right? Or the old years of the old you have been here longer than the new you. So the old you also garners respect, because it is what has gotten you to the point that you are right now. So it's not that the old you is bad or negative. It's that there are attributes that no longer serve you. And this detachment, this time spent with yourself, allows and requires deep contemplation. And the deep contemplation is preceded by the inner calm, which allows such to receive immunity and freedom from external enemies and also internal enemy woes. In doing this, you are able to be in harmony. And so I'm going to put some more of the ginger here, because the ginger harmonizes energies. And that's what you want to come into a partnership, which is represented by the 6 of metal. You want to come into a partnership as the best possible you, without projecting unhealed parts or fractured ego into discussions. Now, I'm not saying that you should not try to be in partnerships until you are healed, right? But I want to go back to having the myrrh and the dragon's blood. When I talked about doing this reading and having these things so that parts of me, I mean, I'm human, once again, parts of me that are unhealed or flawed or may project my biases, right? You have detached and you know who you are. So you bring things to the table that prevent harm from happening in spite of yourself. This too creates harmony. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier is that, within partnerships, one of the most difficult challenges to discuss is money. Money is about intent and money is about flow. And when you have, once again, watered your own garden and you have detached and you are have an inner calm about yourself, you can come into partnerships in a light-hearted manner, which is represented by the 2 of earth. You can come in fun and in a way that makes difficult conversations and partnerships less anxious, right? Which brings about facilitating remedy. And might I add that as you take time to water your own garden, you may realize that this is a duality with regards to partnership. Because sometimes the partnership is you with or you versus yourself. A person can be at odds with their own money-making decisions that causes inner turmoil within. Sometimes you have some money and you want to spend it on something that you want versus something that you need. And sometimes you may have money and it is time to spend money on something that you want versus something that you need. There is grace also in rewarding yourself. And this comes right back to the cannabis card with detachment and contemplation and a calm and immunity from the pain body. And right back to the 6 of metal, partnership with yourself and with others in a lighthearted and fun way. And it comes back once again to watering your garden, finding out who you are through body care, through tenderness, through rest, through nourishment, to be whole for yourself and then for others. The mind, body, and soul is a cycle that is best served when each part of them are revisited. I hope not only that you enjoyed this reading, but that it was beneficial to you. Signing off, the spirit of Beverly Bolden. Be well.